Welcome to the NLP UK podcast. I'm Callie Fraser.
And I'm Steve Kay.
And today we're going to be talking about coaching with the 3 principles.
Which are mind, consciousness and thought. But what we can do is we're not going to talk about how to do it or how they relate to mind. But we're going to talk to how it relates to thought, which is our perceptual system and script, and how it can relate to how we tap into our inner wisdom, and go from there. So we've been doing some coaching on our Accelerate program with people who've got their own business or setting up. And at the end of the session, we've done a kind of quick laser coaching session on a big problem that they've got. And we've had some interesting, really good results. And what's interesting is that the problem has completely disappeared, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And very quickly.
And there's only 2 places, this is the insight, there's only 2 places that we as a coach have to take them to for them to get an insight. Now, like the coaching that we do on the NLP Practitioner, where we rely and teach people to facilitate the person to be able to step into their self-2, their inner wisdom. For revision, listen to podcast 12. It's kind of very, very similar, but at a much deeper and quicker way. So we don't tend to spend a long time on the presenting problem. We spend quite a bit of time on the presenting problem, getting an understanding, but then very quickly take them into their inner wisdom so that they can have insights. And once they've had those insights, they seem to stick. They can even get rid of limiting beliefs. We did a coaching session together with me over money and pricing, and it didn't take very long. We were kind of doing it together, weren't we?
We were.
And it didn't take very long for me to realize that the money and pricing must be coming from my script or thought. And once I realized that, I didn't have to do anything else, did I?
Yeah, I can remember you, one of the things that you said during that coaching session, but where is it coming from?
Yeah,
Where
where's it
about
coming
in my
from?
script coming from? And you were searching and searching.
And that was my ego, myself.
Yeah, I have to know where it's coming from.
I have to know where it's coming from.
Yeah, and that's very common, isn't it?
Yeah. And you said,
doesn't matter where.
And as soon as you said that, I just relaxed. And it was like, and afterwards, I was like, Callie, I can't think of numbers. And we were rattling off some day rates. And I was like, no, I don't have any feeling related to that. Don't have any feeling related to that. Don't have any feeling related to that number. And my pricing in my head for things felt completely different. And then I think I remember saying to you that I'd had a conversation with my mum, and we weren't very busy in May. And I said, yeah, we're not very busy in May. We've got this done, and we've got, and we were like doing other things. And my mum said, oh, like, oh, concerned, oh. So I thought, there's probably something there around scarcity money from my upbringing dropped into my script that I didn't know about. So just by using the principles coaching about why I wouldn't charge as much as that person, or why I wouldn't charge this amount for this program, kind of came from a script, which was really interesting. But we got to it in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't take long at all.
And I must have had it years. Even on my lowest level limiting belief, it was still there. Even though I got rid of everything I thought I got rid of. Obviously, I haven't got rid of that.
And this is, like you say, you've done this a few times using the 3 principles methodology to coach people on our Accelerate program.
Yeah.
And I've watched you do 2 coaching sessions using the 3 principles approach. And in both cases, something very similar happened. It was very quick and it was quite profound change, wasn't it?
Very. In fact, with one person, it was before they did the limiting belief change on timeline therapy. And when she'd worked through the negative emotions, when she came to do the limiting belief, she said, I can't find one. I think it went when I had that coaching session with you last week.
And it was quite interesting.
Sure.
She kept saying it, I can just feel a wholeness.
Yeah.
And that kept coming up for her, wasn't it? She just felt completely whole.
Yeah.
After that coaching session.
Yeah.
And that stuck for, we've seen her several times since. She's finished a practitioner course. She's coming back to do Master Practitioner. And that's had a lasting impact.
Well, what she said to me was every time she starts going into ego, self-one, if she recognizes it, she just takes the breath in and goes back into that wholeness feeling. And she showed me some plans she had for a coaching business. And I could tell that they came from, the ego, self-one. And so I said, where did these come from? Did they come from this wholeness? And she said, no, they didn't. They came from what I thought I should be doing, what I've, like we talked about in an earlier podcast about people saying you need a niche, you needed this, you need that. So something came from that. I've got to have a website before I start. So she went back into this wholeness space and she was like herself again. So we found that we see this as like something that we want to share with the coaching fraternity, particularly people who've done practitioner and master practitioner with us. We see this as a really, really good program for the future.
Absolutely.
So we started putting together a program on this that's going to be launched towards the end of 2024.
Yep. So we're looking at, I'll probably launch around about September. So you guys are the very first to hear about this new program. So we will be putting out some more information nearer the time. But in the meantime, if you'd like some more information, I'd like to have a conversation with Steve or myself about what's involved in the program, do please feel free to get in touch.
And also there's a bonus, isn't there? It's probably going to be 12 days over a 6 to 9 month period. And we're working, in fact, by the time this is released, we'll have got it. But we're looking at the associate of having it accredited by the Association of Coaching for their advanced diploma in coaching. It is the advanced.
It is the advanced diploma in coaching.
The advanced diploma in coaching. So it's one for you coaches out there who would like to know how to do laser coaching with people really quickly to get to the space they were in before all this stuff started adding up.
Yeah, before all that interference. So more details follow on this one, folks. But in the meantime, thanks again for listening today, and we'll see you next time.